All right, let's have some fun.
Oh,
I've been naming an
boy.
all-Metro football team every year since 1987. You can find all of my teams on KARE11.com/prep. I've named all-decade teams in the past, but I thought it would be fun to name the best of the best, my all-time all-Metro football team.
This is so cool. And the time that you spent on this project, it literally goes over years. But you know what I want to give you the most credit for on this project? The tape loft that we have for things, anything before 2011, you have to go to this scary dungeon-like tape loft room. There's rumors that it's haunted. There's all kinds of noises and creaks and things and scary occurrences that happen, especially when you're alone. The number of times that you had to go to this tape loft just to find video for this makes it an all-team of all time anyway. So great job with that.
I appreciate
this. This is
that.
going to be exciting.
All right, so this is the all-time team from 1987 through actually last year, 2022. Lots of incredible players to choose from. Very hard to make these decisions, but only one quarterback for me, just one, and that's where we start. You're my quarterback.
Awesome. Very nice.
You're it.
Oh,
How do you feel about that?
I'd be very honored and humbled. A lot of great players that played this game here.
So yes, Joe Mauer is my only quarterback on the first team. Joe Mauer, 2000, 41 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, Gatorade National Player of the Year in 2000. Committed to Florida State to play football. We all know the story. He ended up signing with the Twins.
I just missed covering him by 1 year. I'm kind of disappointed in that. I came 1 year after he graduated. I would have loved to have covered him, but he literally could have played anything. That's what's amazing. Look at the spiral he throws.
He's just fabulous.
That's incredible. But he literally could have played anything. Basketball,
Joe Mauer
anything.
not only could throw the ball, he could run the ball. He was just a great leader all around. All right, 3 running backs. Maybe the best running back I've ever seen in high school football in Minnesota. That guy, Thomas Tepe. St. Paul Johnson, All-Metro, 1997, 1998. Of course, he grew up playing soccer in Liberia, ended up playing for the Gophers, played in the NFL, Star Trib player in 1998. Fabulous.
I remember him best as a Gopher, just running people over constantly.
All right, Carl McCullough, 6'2", 220 out of Cretin-Derham Hall. 2-time All-Metro player. Incredible speed for his size. Look at this in the Metrodome. Look at the big pads. Look at the big shoulder pads.
And look at the turf.
He was the Star Trib Player of the Year as a junior in 1991. He played college football at Wisconsin. Just a great
His strides
football
look
player.
like Robert Smith there.
He
former
does,
Viking.
yeah, exactly. How about this? Carson Hansen, Lakeville South.
Yeah.
2021, 2022. He's now at Iowa State. He rushed for 455 yards and 4,555 yards and 57 touchdowns in his career.
A guy I covered several times, I can attest he should be on this list. He ran by people, making them look like they were standing still almost every time he touched the ball.
I know you can talk about their offense and everything, but he was just a great player. Only 2 receivers. You got to have Larry Fitzgerald, right? Larry Fitzgerald Jr., Holy Angels, 1999-2000. Had 2,600 yards receiving and 29 touchdowns in his 2-year career. Played at Pitt, played for the Arizona Cardinals. He's going into the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's eligible for the Hall of Fame in 2026. I got to think he'd be a first balloter. But he's even got the Larry Fitzgerald Foundation, which is dedicated to providing youth resources and breast cancer awareness.
He was a ball boy for the Vikings.
How about that?
Just a great player. And then, how about Michael Floyd?
Michael Floyd.
Michael Floyd for Cretin-Derham Hall. All-Metro in 2006, 2007. Incredibly fast, deceptively strong, amazing hands. 2,487 yards and 33 touchdowns in his career. Played at Notre Dame, drafted by Arizona in the NFL. He was an outright incredible player.
He's the best receiver I ever saw personally in the state. Remember when we visited him at Notre Dame to do a story on him and we got locked in the stadium?
Michael Floyd. So just 2 receivers, 1 tight end.
Whoa.
Just 1. Rashid Hageman, Washburn, 2007, 2008 All-Metro, 6'6", 265. Great hands, very good blocker. Ended up playing defense too. Played for the Gophers on the D-line. Was drafted by Atlanta in the NFL. All-time great player.
He played for Atlanta in the 2017 Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Rashid Hageman out of Washburn High School is my tight end and played defensive line too. All right, offensive line.
NFL.
Are you ready?
Here we go.
Frank Ragnow, Chanhassen, All-Metro in 2013, played tackle in high school, 4-star recruit. He played defense too. He had 102 tackles and 14 sacks in his career. He committed to Arkansas to play college football, and right now, Frank Ragnow may be the best offensive center in the NFL playing for the Detroit Lions.
Well, yeah, he anchors one of the best offensive lines in the NFL with the Lions. I love watching this high school video of him just to see where he blossomed.
Look at this.
And
Look at
on
the
defense,
speed.
too.
Yeah. How about this guy? Chantrell Henderson.
He was
All-Metro,
massive.
2008, 2009. Considered the top overall player in his class by a number of recruiting services. Just an outstanding player. Made all USA team in 2009. Offensive Player of the Year. College football at Miami. Played a little bit in the NFL. He was a force.
You're literally going to see him, I think, block two guys right here. He's going to push one guy into another guy, and that other guy falls down.
Just
That's
so
how strong
darn
he
good.
was.
Yeah. How about this guy? J.C. Hassenauer,
Oh,
Eastridge. Played center in high school for the Raptors. Chose to play college football at Alabama. That was a big deal back in 2013. Currently in the pros with the New York Giants. Outstanding football player.
Relentless is the word that comes to mind every time I see him block.
J.C. Hassenauer out of Eastridge. All right, this is before your time, Craig.
Yep.
Mike Dowdy, Lakeville. 1991, 1992 All-Metro, big offensive tackle, 6'7", 275. They won the state football title in 92, played college football at Notre Dame, just a dominating player.
Did you literally just see him take that guy 20 yards downfield? He made a block. He kept on the guy for 20 yards.
Yeah, he was just an outstanding football player. His nephew, by the way, playing for Lakeville South.
Okay.
My last lineman, oh no, I'm sorry.
Two more.
Ryan Harris of Cretin, 2002 All-Metro, 6'5", 275, played college football at Notre Dame, played 10 years in the NFL, won a Super Bowl for the Denver Broncos. Just an outstanding football player.
He's one of the first linemen and one of the best linemen I remember covering, and it's just another, Cretin-Durham Hall seemed to pump out these great linemen back over
And he
the
played
day.
on both sides of the ball back then. And then you remember this guy.
Yeah.
Quinn Carroll, Edina, 2017, 2018. Great tackle, punishing blocker. I mean punishing. Committed to Notre Dame, currently starting on the Gopher offensive line. Incredible motor and athleticism. 6 offensive linemen on my all-time team. Look at Quinn Carroll.
He had the best footwork out of any offensive lineman I saw in college, period. The best footwork.
All right, so that's the offensive line. Specialists now, athletes.
All right.
We start with who else? J.D. Spielman, Eden Prairie, 2014, 2015 All-Metro, electrifying. As a senior for EP, 1,259 yards rushing, 102 carries, 12 touchdowns.
That's
he was a
fast right there.
Gatorade Player of the Year. He played college football and just a fantastic football player. Played at Nebraska.
He arguably has the most impressive overall highlight reel on this list because he literally did everything. And defensively, pick sixes, everything.
All right, I have 3 specialist athletes. How about Max McAnally? He's got to be on this list, right? Just a great overall player for Waconia, All-Metro in 2021, 2022 on both sides of the football. Incredible defensive player. He did everything for Waconia. World caliber wrestler, 4-time Minnesota State champion wrestler, currently a Gopher.
You knew when he did great things as a freshman, something was cooking. He never left the field.
He didn't.
literally never left the field.
And then Nate Swift, Hutchinson, 2002, 2003 All-Metro, 3-year starter on both sides of the ball. He finished his career with 4,396 yards rushing, 1,648 yards receiving, and 72 touchdowns. Played at Nebraska, just a great overall player.
I remember covering him like it was yesterday, and that's 20 years ago. That freaks me out.
One kicker, Patrick LaCour, out of Edina, 2014. Led the state with 9 field goals made that year, longest from 47. 30-game high school career with Edina. He has the state record with 26 made field goals. Averaged 40 yards per punt his senior year, kicked for Idaho and Ball State in college.
Not only a strong leg, but he had the focus and the ice in your veins required to be a great kicker.
We have one punter on this team, and he is a big-time college guy, Mac Brown, St. Thomas Academy, 2015 All-Metro. Helped the cadets to the state championship his senior year. He averaged 46 yards a punt. He holds the state record for the longest punt ever, 87 yards. He lettered in swimming and tennis, too. He punted for Ole Miss in the SEC. Here's that 87-yard punt.
I got to know Mac a little bit through Chris Hughesby and his Special Teams Football Academy, and not only is a talented person, but a super nice guy as well.
All right, so that's our offense, our special teams. Here's our defense. We start the defensive line. Trevor Laws.
Menacing.
2001, 2002 out of Apple Valley, played fullback and linebacker and defensive line, Gatorade Player of the Year, an incredible wrestler, considered the best heavyweight wrestler in the country his junior year, played college football at Notre Dame, played in the NFL for 4 years.
That's a jaw-dropping list. We're seeing a common theme here with these wrestlers being menacing football players and making the all-time list.
He was such a good football player. All right, Eden Prairie. They got to have some players on the defense, right?
Right, they
How about
always do.
Willie Mobley?
Oh, yeah. I remember
2006, 2007 All-Metro, just a great player, dominating player, 6'2", 260. Played college football at Ohio State and New Mexico State. Willie Mobley on our defense.
You're going to see in a play coming up the closing strides he makes on the quarterback right here. They're like, what? Look at these strides.
I know, man.
2 strides and he's got them.
All right, here's Walker Ashley, Eden Prairie, 2003, 2004 All-Metro, the Strib Player of the Year in 2004. 3-year starter, 89 tackles, 25 for losses, 14 sacks his senior year. Played college football at USC and for the Gophers.
Just like Creighton is pumping out the offensive linemen, Eden Prairie seems to pump out these defensive linemen.
Yeah, you can't talk about all-Metro defense without talking about Eden Prairie. This guy is great. Jonathan Harden played for Creighton Durham Hall in 2010, 2011. Only 5'10", but I remember this kid like yesterday. He was such a good football player, plugging the hole, rushing the passer. He led the Raiders to a 33-4 overall record, 2-time All-State football player, Jonathan Harden of Creighton Durham Hall.
As far as an interior defensive lineman, he's unmatched.
And this guy, before your time, Craig, Jason DeVries, Forest Lake. 1991, 1992, outstanding defensive tackle, all-state football player, standout wrestler, state champ wrestler his senior year. I think he's a doctor now, just outside of the Metro.
Jason 38-1
DeVries.
wrestling record his senior year. What was the one loss? I want to know.
Here's our linebackers. We go to Eden Prairie to start. Antonio Montero, remember him?
Yeah.
2017 All-Metro, Metro Player of the Year, Mr. Football in Minnesota, 235 tackles in his career, 29 for losses. Played college football at Rice University.
29 tackles for losses. Now that is outrageous. That is exactly why he is on this list.
All right, Wayzata is a linebacker factory. And on my All-Metro team, they are well represented.
Yep.
A.J. Tarpley, 2009 All-Metro, outstanding linebacker. Played college football at Stanford. He retired from the game at age 23 because of concussion issues. But boy, he was great. Fast, smart, great leverage, one of the best.
In 2016, playing for the Bills, he made an interception against the Jets to knock them out of the playoffs. Unfortunately, it turned out to be the last play of his career because of the concussion issue.
Yeah. All right. How about this guy? James Laurinaitis.
Yeah.
2004 All-Metro, flat out a stud. 193 tackles, 28 for losses, 5 sacks his senior year. Just his senior year. Played college football at Ohio State, played in the NFL. He's now coaching linebackers at Ohio State.
He was the prototypical linebacker with his form tackling and football instincts. I remember him well.
Yeah. All right. So Laurinaitis and Tarpley from Wayzata. We go back to Eden Prairie for one more linebacker. Blake Sorensen, 2005, 2006 All-Metro, Mr. Football by the Minnesota State High School Football Coaches Association, 2-time All-State, led Eden Prairie to back-to-back Class 5A state football titles, played college football at Wisconsin, fabulous football player.
Also capable of scoring a touchdown.
Yeah,
as we see
he did
here.
everything for Mike Grant's football teams back in the day. And then this guy from Champlin Park was the stud of the studs at his time. Sam Marish, 2006, 2007 All-Metro, most dominating football player of his time at Champlin Park, great tackler, bounced around after high school. He played for the Gophers for a little bit, outstanding prep star.
Another guy very similar to Laurinaitis with his form tackling and football instincts, a prototypical linebacker.
All right, so those are the linebackers on my all-time All-Metro defense. Let's look at defensive backs now. And we start with the late, great Marion Barber III. 2000 All-Metro from Wayzata, incredible athlete, competitor, and he picked off Joe Mauer.
Twice.
Twice.
Joe Mauer only threw 3 picks his senior year. we're going to watch Marion Barber get 2 of them. And I can't believe of him as a defensive back when he was such a road grader as a running back for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, such a great player for the Gophers in college football. Of course, unfortunately passed away recently. But Marion Barber III makes our all-time All-Metro football team, and rightly so. The guy was just a fabulous football player for Brad Anderson. Steve Rosga, Cretin-Durham Hall, 1990, 1991 All-Metro, one of the best defensive backs I've ever seen. Did it all for Cretin. Part of that big Rosga family and that connection with Cretin. Played college football at Colorado, but you love this play.
This, if you've ever seen our all-time retro Weeble play, this is it. And Steve Rosga has the Weeble Forever Award based on that play right there.
Jake Ratzlaff, you remember this guy.
Yes.
Rosemount, 2019, 2020 All-Metro, 4-star recruit, Star Tribune Player of the Year, 2-time All-State, incredible tackler from the safety position. In his career, 261 tackles, now playing college football at Wisconsin.
I covered him a few times, and it was the velocity of his hits what I remember the most. Very Ronnie Lott-like.
Yeah. All right, so that's 3. We've got 2 more to go.
One more hit
Did
by
you see one more
Ratzlaff.
hit by Ratzlaff?
Yep.
Ryan Iverson of Eden Prairie High School. We see one more from Ratzlaff. Here's Ryan.
Okay.
1996, 1997 All-Metro. He was the key player, Craig, as EP started to win state football titles, without a doubt. They won their first titles in 96 and 97, and Ryan Iverson just had a nose for the football. He played in the biggest games on the biggest stage, played football for the Gophers, later basketball at Delaware.
Well, you can see all the EP players that are on this all-time defense, that's what they did, played defense and ran the ball to those state titles.
Adam Runk, Stillwater, 1996 All-Metro, outstanding two-way player for the Ponies, incredible defensive back, hit like a linebacker, played college football at Iowa State, part of the great teams by the legendary coach, George Thor.
I was
Our
super
final
impressed.
All-time All-Metro.
Yeah, I was super impressed watching the video of this guy. I very impressed. Wow.
So that's it. That is my all-time All-Metro high school football team from 1987 to now. Now, I do name a second and a third team, because how can you not? There's so many great players. And you can find all of this on KARE11.com/prep. And just a blast to look back
Great
at the
job
great high school
putting that
football.
together.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That was fun.
That was money. The one thing that was so cool, but there's one thing that really freaks me out and makes me feel old. All these moments when you see them visually, you know, when we get the faces of the players, we get that before the game. Seeing these faces and seeing these plays, like I remember so many of them, like in that moment. And it really makes me feel old. I mean, it's cool, but freaky. Old. I know. It's cool and freaky. It's cool-reeky.
Okay, whatever that means, I don't know.